Hey there, road warriors. Welcome back to All Roads, the YouTube channel where we swerve through the craziest corners of life with a tank full of laughs and zero apologies. Today, we're flooring it down the twisted highway of politics, power, and cold, hard cash, guided by the one and only Elon Musk and former UK bigwig Tony Blair. Buckle up because this ride's got more twists than a politician's expense report, and we're not stopping for red lights. Let's peel out. All right, folks, let's kick this off with Elon Musk, the man, the myth, the guy who probably sleeps in a Cybertruck just because he can. Picture him stepping up to a podium, hair wilder than a SpaceX launch, and dropping this bombshell. Maybe we should pay politicians more. Yep, you heard me right. More moolah for the folks who spend half their time arguing about bridges to nowhere and the other half dodging paparazzi outside Capitol Hill bars. Now, before you spit out your coffee, hear him out. Elon's got a theory, and it's not about aliens this time. He's like, if we juice up their salaries, they won't need to skinny dip in the swamp of corruption. It's like he's channeling his inner economist, arguing that a fat paycheck could be the ultimate anti-graft vaccine. I mean, imagine it. Senator Schmo's bank account so stacked he doesn't even flinch when a lobbyist slides a briefcase under the table. Nah, man, I'm good. I just bought a yacht and a pony for my dog. Elon's not done, though. He paints this tragic picture of a DC politician, let's call him Dave, staring at his measly government salary while his kids demand private school and his wife's eyeing a third vacation home. It's expensive out here, Elon cries, practically sobbing for poor Dave. The schools are a dumpster fire, rent's through the roof. Dave's got no choice but to take a shady deal. It's like a soap opera, as the bribe turns. Dave's whispering to himself, I'm doing it for little Susie's violin lessons, while pocketing cash from Big Pharma. Elon's basically begging us to save these tortured souls with a raise. But then, oh boy, he takes it to the next level. It's not just insider trading, he says, eyes darting like he's expecting a sniper on the roof. That stock portfolio stuff? Child's play. There's darker, juicier dirt going down in DC. He's out here spilling secrets so spicy he's like, yeah, I'm toast for this. Catch me colonizing Mars after the black helicopters show up. Elon, my dude, maybe stick to tweeting memes and leave the political exposés to the tabloids. I mean, this guy's got more enemies than a Bond villain. Probably shouldn't be handing them a script titled Why Elon Needs to Disappear. Let's shift gears now. Hop a plane, cross an ocean or two, and land in Singapore, where Tony Blair's busy fanboying over Lee Kuan Yew, the guy who turned a sweaty little island into a gleaming sci-fi utopia. Tony's practically glowing as he recounts Lee's greatness. This dude made 3 moves so brilliant they sound obvious now, but back then, total chaos. Move 1. Lee slams his fist on the table and declares, everyone speaking English. End of story. Locals are clutching their pearls, wailing, but our culture, our roots. And Lee's over there, cool as a cucumber, sipping a latte and going, roots are cute, but English is the golden ticket to the global VIP list. Speak it or weep it. Boom. Singapore's now the kid in class everyone wants to copy homework from. Move 2. Lee turns into the ultimate headhunter. Best brains in the world, they're mine, he says, raiding the global talent pool like it's a buffet. People are grumbling. What about standing on our own? And the British? Those colonizer jerks? Lee doesn't blink. If they're smart, they're hired. I'd snag a genius from Pluto if they brought a calculator. Suddenly, Singapore's rocking an all-star lineup while everyone else is still arguing over the roster. And move 3. This is where it gets juicy. Lee says, corruption. Not on my watch. How does he pull it off? Pays his leaders so much they could wallpaper their mansions with gold bars and still have change for a private jet. Tony's drooling over it. Zero tolerance, baby. That's the Singapore special sauce. These politicians are so loaded they're turning down bribes like, nah, I'm good. I just bought an island and named it after my cat. Meanwhile, Elon's nodding from his Tesla, muttering, see, Told you, pay 'em more. Let's zoom out for a sec. Elon's over here dreaming of a corruption-free DC where politicians are too rich to care about shady side hustles. He's picturing Congress as a bunch of millionaires sipping champagne, too busy planning their next yacht party to even glance at a lobbyist's wink. But he's also half convinced he's just signed his own death warrant by spilling the beans. Assassination's a small price to pay for truth. He chuckles, probably installing a panic room in his gigafactory as we speak. Then there's Lee Kuan Yew, the OG who actually made it work. Singapore's proof that big paychecks can keep the sleaze at bay. Just look at their skyline, shinier than a freshly waxed Ferrari. Tony's practically writing love letters. Lee was the GOAT, tough, smart, and unbribable. It's like comparing a sci-fi visionary with a death wish to a real-life legend who turned impossible into watch me. So what's the big picture? Elon's tossing out wild ideas like he's pitching a movie. Politicians, paid to behave. Lee Kuan Yew already filmed the blockbuster and walked away with the Oscar. One's a futuristic dreamer dodging imaginary hitmen. The other's a no-nonsense boss who built a nation from scratch. But they're both vibing on the same wavelength. Cash might just be the cure for corruption. Now let's stir the pot a little more. Imagine Elon and Lee teaming up. Elon zapping cash into DC via Starlink satellites, while Lee's barking orders, English only, best talent, no bribes. Next thing you know, Congress is a multilingual, hyper-efficient, bribe-proof machine, and Elon's chilling on Mars tweeting, "Told you it'd work." Meanwhile, Tony's narrating the documentary, How Two Mad Geniuses Saved Democracy. Too bad Lee's not around to see it. He'd probably just roll his eyes and say, "Took you long enough." So where does that leave us? Should we Venmo our senators a bonus so they stop treating legislation like a garage sale? Or maybe ship them all to Singapore for a crash course in Lee's playbook? Heck, why not both? Pay 'em big, then deport them to Mars with Elon as their overlord. Either way, it's a wild ride worth watching, preferably with popcorn and a dash of skepticism. And that's the checkered flag on today's insane lap around all roads. Did Elon just paint a bullseye on his back, or is he onto something? Is Tony secretly plotting a Singapore takeover? Smash that like button if your team pay the politicians, hit subscribe if your team beam 'em to space, and ring that bell for more unhinged adventures next time. Until then, keep your tires on the pavement and your hands off the bribe money. Catch you later, road warriors.